And I saw, when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard as it were the noise of thunder, one of the four beasts saying, Come and see. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sate on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering, and to conquer. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, Come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sate thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sate on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, Come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sate on him was Death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. The largest number of Dürer's apocalypse illustrations show the tribulations preceding the Day of Judgment, which are heralded by the opening of the 7 seals, the blowing of the 7 trumpets, and the emptying of the 7 bowls of God's wrath. The book's conclusion, with the beast and the whore of Babylon, was of far less interest to Dürer. Like his contemporaries in Europe of the late 15th and early 16th centuries, Dürer was attempting to fit his rapidly changing world into a familiar religious paradigm. The symptoms of the end times, listed in this book, were anxiously examined by Protestant and Catholic alike and pondered for their contemporary relevance. This illustration shows the 4 horsemen who are released successively when the Lamb opens the first 4 seals of the book. The Lamb's role in this is faintly suggested by the slight effulgence of celestial glory in the upper left corner of the image, which refers us back to the scene with the 24 elders. Dürer follows the text precisely. Reading right to left, the first 2 figures with the bow and sword are aspects of war, perhaps political conflict and violence. Then comes famine, whom Dürer has inventively and invertedly represented by a fat profiteer. Finally, we have death, followed immediately by damnation in the person of the Hellmouth. Moderns tend to rationalize the horsemen as war, famine, pestilence, and death, but the actual text gives horsemen who are not so logically distinguished or clearly defined. This is the best known of Dürer's apocalypse images, and with good reason. The content is simple and sensational, like the overall design, shooting like a triangular arrowhead across the page with the entire sky behind it filled with scudding clouds and dense horizontal lines suggesting motion. The Hellmouth at bottom left, like the naive anatomy of death, is a direct quotation from medieval iconography, blended into the rest of the composition by sophisticated modeling and a command of perspective entirely at variance with the simplistic images. The high terror of this picture is to be found in the eyes of the figures. The victims all have their eyes closed, or 2 small ocular orbits containing unexpressive dots. The same is true of the 3 human riders, while Death and Hellmouth have circular eyes that stare out senselessly as the bullseye on a target. How different are the intelligent, nearly human eyes of the horses, looking purposefully ahead. This entire stampede is directed by enormous, instinctive forces, whose purpose we can glimpse in the eyes of the steeds. And then there are the eyes of the angel at top, Dürer's unprompted addition to the scene, malignly smiling as he looks right at us.